Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck. Hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack. Starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack. Produced by Barry Laminack. Directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you, guys, for being here. Today is Wednesday, opening day of Major League Baseball, March 25th, 2026. And this is episode number 1046 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show, welcome to the program. Hey, hello. Hi, how you doing? Good, I hope good. We've got some tomfoolery to get to. It's on the list. I have tomfoolery plenty. Yesterday was a fun show, I'm not going to lie. But we're not going to chase. We don't do that. We are not Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell in the playoffs. We're not going to chase. We're just going to go up and do our thing. That's what we do. So, welcome in. Got a fun show planned for you. I messed up. I meant to reach out to Joseph Blankenship early and see if he wanted to join me and do the show. But I got so consumed. ADHD is real. And I have read so many books on it now. And I have been really trying to get it under control. Because it's getting out of control for me. It really is. This is very bright. Oh, that's the power. There we go. Well, it'll fix itself. But I've really been trying to get it under control and because it really does affect day to day. It really does. And one of those things is poor time management. Shocker. Yeah. And I got fixated on working on something for the One Star Kids website and just lost track of time. And so I was like, shit, I got to get this show started. And texted Joel right before I started. I was like, hey, I'm about to go live if you want to join. But I get it. Like, you can't sit around and wait. So it's my bad. It's my bad. Now, Total Dallas in the YouTube chat. By the way, shout out to everybody joining on YouTube and on the Twitches. Let's see who else on Twitch. I see Jeff Bell and Chewy and me and Nightbot and Stream Elements. Twitch is slow. On YouTube, I see Donna. I think she popped over to Twitch now. Yeah, see it did. Oh, there it is. Okay. It popped up. But Donna on YouTube and Total Dallas, Stream Elements, AJB. And that's it. And Total Dallas on YouTube said something just got passed by 3 lit LIT sheriffs. I don't know what that means. He said, looking for you, Truman? I don't know what LIT is. I don't know what that is. You'll have to school me on that. Because I have no clue. So here's what we got for today. Going to go over a couple of headlines for you. Going to look at the upcoming MLB season. And I'm not going to give you my world famous MLB season preview. I wouldn't do that to you. But we'll kind of just go through so we all know what to expect this season. So we'll take a look at that. God, my camera is so crooked. It's driving me crazy. Well, I'm never going to fix this. All right. This is whatever. So So we're going to take a look at the MLB preview. Now, joining me at 4:30, making his return to the program, my buddy, my pal, your buddy, your pal, Chris Williams of the Next Court Agency is going to be joining me, making his return to this fair program. So we're going to talk about what's going on with him and the Next Court Agency doing some really cool things, but also going to be talking some NBA with him because nobody knows the NBA. Well, Joel's pretty good at it. Yeah, Chris is well-versed in NBA, been a scout. I've given you his resume before. G League and G League coach, I believe. So been around the game forever, knows a ton of people in the business, and his agency, Next Court Agency, has it right when it started, he came on the program. And so we're going to kind of catch up and see what he and his partners and the agency has been up to since then. And it's been about since the start of the season since he joined us. So we'll find out what's going on. We will talk some NBA. I'm really getting sick of the Rocket shit. We got to get into that. And yeah, like I said, tomfoolery plenty. You want to talk about something? 713-780. All right, that's not it. All right. So let's start with our headlines. Boy, it is slow today. Did people take off work for opening day? Is that what it is? Numbers, you guys, it is super slow. Also, I think it's spring break, or is it over? Is spring break already over? Yeah, I don't know. Everything seems slow all week. Could just be my tardy self making everybody's time messed up. So, nonetheless, hey, what up, Chuck? Good to see you, pimpin'. What's tomorrow? Opening day? No, it's tonight. Opening day. I thought opening day was tonight in baseball. Yeah, it's tonight. It's on Netflix. But you mean Astros opening day. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that will be tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to do a show. I'll be honest with you. I think what I'll do, and I was talking to Nora about this because remember yesterday we talked about it's Yankees play Giants. Yeah. What's up, CC? I talked to Nora. I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to do the 999 challenge for opening day for the Astros, but I got my heart stress test on Friday, so I can't. She was like, no. I was like, yeah, I already said no. She goes, okay. I was like, but what I might do is something that we used to do a lot way back in the day during the COVID era of this show. Might do a sidecast. So I'm thinking what I might do for the Astros opening day is get out on the back porch, set up the TV, get the old laptop or iPad or whatever, and yeah, just watch the game with you, and we'll talk about the game. We'll shoot the shit. We'll you know how we do. But we'll have the Astros game on, and maybe I'll just sit out there and do what I do. But we'll do maybe a side cast of the game tomorrow. So that'll be fun. Looking forward to that as well. So there you go. There's what we're going to do. So let's get started with our headlines, and then we'll get into some MLB preview stuff. Here we go. All right, here's your sports headlines for the day. What up, John Dorier? What up, Chewy? All right. Joe Flacco. Oh, mean Joe Flacco, I guess. Said he isn't mad about re-signing with the Bengals on a one-year deal. But if it were up to him, he'd be competing for a starting job elsewhere in the NFL. And he also said teams are dumb for not signing him to start. Quote, believe me, I wish I was a guy somewhere. And I think teams are dumb for not having me be that guy. Quote, he added to the quote, not being one of those guys to go sign somewhere. Yeah, it pisses me off a little bit. But at the same time, I'm very happy to be here. Oh, well, it sounds like it, Joe. Sounds like you're thrilled to be backing up a better Joe at this point in your career. I mean, I don't know what Joe, he signed a $6 million deal, but could be worth $9 million with incentives. And some of those incentives are probably like, drink your Ensure every day. Don't potty in your Depends. Make sure you get to work early because you know you get sleepy around 5 p.m. Shit like that. And it's also probably games played and, don't die. Stuff like that you would incentivize an old man. It's wild to me that Joe Flacco, who is, how old? 41. Let me explain something to you, man. 41 in sports years. I want you to think about this. And I'm not being silly here. This is not the tomfoolery section of the show. But 41 in NFL or sports years is like 61 in the workforce. Now, I want you to think about that for a second. This would be like a 61-year-old getting a part-time job somewhere and being like, yeah, well, maybe it's a 71. That's what it's probably more of a 71-year-old, not a 61. More of a 71. But it would be like a 71-year-old settling for a part-time job, maybe as a Walmart greeter. And then the local reporter from the Green Sheet, I don't know, goes up and is like, so, when'd you get the job? Do you like it? Hell no, I don't like it. I can't believe I got to be here and be a greeter. Some company out there is really missing out on my 71-year-old skills. Now, granted, I am approaching 71. I'm closer to 71 than I'm not. But I feel confident that I can still do comedy at 71. Andy Huggins is killing it. So I'm not worried about that. If I ever, and I don't plan to, but if I ever had to go back to corporate, I wouldn't do it at 71. I'll tell you that dang much. That's crazy. I'm 52 and I feel old going back if I did. So, Flacco is a bit upset. Yo, what up, Alex? Good to see you, pimp. And Flacco is upset. And last year he played in 9 games, had a 61.7 completion percentage. I'm sorry, 60.3. No, 60.3 completion percentage. Played in 13 games total. 4 for Cleveland, 9 for Cincy. Completed 60% of his passes through 15 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. He had a rating of 79.2 and 41 QBR. I give you an idea. He had a 60.3 rating with Cleveland, but a 91. What was that? That sounded loud. But a 91 rating with Cincy. And I think maybe, some of that had to do with the team obs, but hey, that's you were getting paid, buddy. They're all professionals out there. So, Joe Flacco's been playing in the NFL since 2008. That's crazy. That's a long, that's coming up on what, 20 years, 17 years? Yeah, because 18, yeah. So 2026, it'll be 18 years that he played in the NFL. I mean, some kids are just, the year they were born, Joe Flacco, I say some 18-year-olds were born the same year Joe Flacco started playing in the NFL. Crazy. And he's mad because he has to be a backup. Sorry, Joe. I don't think you're being realistic here. What up, Uriel? So the Browns have a chance. Let's see. Okay, we got the Joe Flacco story out of the way. The other headline is about the upcoming MLB season and the ABS. Richie Garcia is worried that robot umpires will have an impact, and not necessarily a good impact, on their human counterparts. MLB introduced the automated balls and strike system. This says, let's see, regular season play. This starting with the Yankees-Giants game tonight. Giving teams a chance to appeal strike zone decisions to a system based on the 12 Hawkeye cameras. I think it's embarrassing to the umpires that are calling the game. Nobody likes to be humiliated in front of 30,000, 40,000 people. This is what Richie Garcia said, a major league umpire from 75 to 99. What Major League Baseball is saying is, I don't trust the umpire strike zone, so I'm going to use something that's going to be operated by some computer geek that knows nothing about baseball. And he's the one that's going to measure this and measure that because he's got a PhD in physics or whatever the hell he's got a degree in. By the way, the article says Garcia drew criticism for not calling a strike on a 2-2 pitch from San Diego's Mark Langston to the Yankees' Tino Martinez in the 1998 World Series opener, and Martinez hit a tie-breaking grand slam on the next offering that sparked New York to a 4-game sweep. Let me tell you something. Hey, what up, Reyes? Good to see you, man. Let me tell you something. First of all, let's just work our way back. He's worried that somebody way smarter than him or the umpires is going to get the call right using physics or whatever. Okay, well, I hate to tell you, but somebody doesn't have to do the calculations. It's all automated. Hence, automated balls and strikes, ABS. So there's not some guy that's sitting there watching every pitch and then he goes, well, if they calculate the angle and then the velocity and then the fall and gravitational pull of the Earth's rotation, and I would say that was a strike. He got that one wrong. That's not what this is, Mr. Garcia, you dumb fuck. Maybe you should have gotten your PhD in dumbassery. Maybe you haven't. That is crazy that you're mad that the calls would be right. That's what's crazy. He's like, this guy knows nothing about baseball. He's just some computer geek. Okay, you don't have to have played in the majors to understand that there's a strike zone and what the official rules say the strike zone should be. But then you got umpires that are like, well, I give them the high strike, but I don't give them the low strike. What? There's a strike is a strike. And a ball is a ball. And just because you like to widen the zone or shrink the zone, sorry, maybe, just maybe, if morons like Angel Hernandez didn't fucking exist in the first place, MLB wouldn't have to go and get the automatic balls and strike system. But you got morons like Angel Hernandez. Let me just look. Let's just do a little something here. Angel Hernandez worst calls. Let's well, this is not a. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no. Let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna pull this up. This dumbass. Now you done got me angry. Now you done did it. You done did it now. Let's see here. Where? Shoot. There we go. How come I can't rewind? There we go. Here we go. This is some of Angel Hernandez's finest work. This was an out call. Call that guy out. Yep. Really nailed that one, Angel. There we go. Strike. He threw that guy out for no reason. Let's see. Said he swung on that. Yeah, I mean, like, bro, what? This is crazy. Here we go. Called that a strike. What? What? I mean, look at that. Bro, there's no amount of framing that you can do that makes that a strike. So how are you embarrassing them for getting it right? That makes no sense. Look at this. Well, I give them the low strike. In what world? It's just that drives me crazy, man. Don't bring that. Don't bring that. Okay. That's good to know, Total Dallas. I don't know why I would need to know that. Just name it the Hernandez system. Yeah, no shit, right, Alex? Just name it the Hernandez. Hey, Perry, what's up, pimp? Thank you, brother. Thank you for the 100 biddies and for resubscribing to the channel for 20 months, man. Much appreciated to you. Look, at the end of the day, the whole point is to get the call right. And what I think is hilarious is you're not upset about, you're not upset about using replay to get the out call at first base right or at home plate or any. So why does it matter about the strike zone? It's the same thing. What matters is that the call is done correctly. And by the way, sometimes they get it right. And batters appeal or catchers appeal and they lose the appeal because they got it. They're wrong and the umpire got the call right. So it's not like every time they use it, it's going to embarrass the umpire. It just means they're going to get it right. And what's great about it is they're going to get it right in crucial situations. Now, assuming that these teams don't burn all their, appeals out, but it allows you to, if you're trying to get a rally going, you're down by one, right? And it's the eighth inning, ninth inning, and you got a runner on second with one out, or maybe you got first and third, 2 outs, something. A called third strike by Angel Hernandez out of the strike zone should not decide that game. And so for a batter to be able to say, hey, check that, man, that was not a strike. So, hey, B. Hannon, thank you for the 30 bits, man. Much love, homie. So yeah, it's just ridiculous. I mean, umpires getting mad about getting the call correct. Wah. Your whole point. This goes for NFL officials, NBA referees, and Major League Baseball umpires and officiating crews. The whole point is to officiate the game by the rules so that the players can determine the outcome. But umpires love to make themselves part of the game. They love to, I don't like this pitcher. He gets an attitude, so I'm going to squeeze him. Well, take that out of it. So you can talk about embarrassing the human aspect of the umpire all you want, but they are human and they're prone to flaws. They're prone to mistakes that cost players games, which, by the way, could cost you a World Series, could cost you a trip to the playoffs, could cost you incentive money. There's a ton of reasons why you should get the call right, especially if maybe it's the last week of the season and you're going for your 20th win as a pitcher and, you've got one out to get. Umpire calls a strike, a ball, that the bases were loaded. Now you go down. Like, no. Incentives are on the line. I don't want to hear it. So, cry me a river. So that's going to bring us to MLB Preview. Don't forget at 4:30, Chris Williams is going to join me. Return to the show. Dodgers odds to win the World Series is plus 230. Yeah, we're going to get into all that. I saw Total Dallas mentioned Chewy said I wish the Eagles could have had Flacco to be backup in case of a bad scenario. I mean, that's what he is, though, right? That's what he is now. He's a backup. So he would make a great backup for a lot of teams. Total Dallas, there it is. Rangers predicted to win 85 to 90 games, finish second. got a wild card berth. Get a wild card berth. So if the Mariners win the division, are the Astros out? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I mean, it's possible that all three of them could win 85 to 90 games. In fact, let's pull up, let's see. World Series odds 2026. Win. The MLB win total. Predictions 2026. There's your division winners, but I want, there we go. Fangraphs. Okay, that was weird. Okay. So here is, oh, come on. Verify I'm human. Yeah, I'm human. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. There we go. That. Okay. Chrome resize and boom. All right. Here's every team's odds to win the 2026 World Series. Dodgers remain the favorites. Again, this is according to ESPN. Let me go back to the first page. Let's see. All right. So Dodgers are a plus 230 to win the World Series. Yankees are second. They're 10-1 favorite. Mariners are third. They are a 12-1 favorite. Yankees are a 13-1. Blue Jays 15-1. You got Red Sox and Phillies 16-1. Cubs and Braves are 18-1. Tigers are 20-1. Orioles 22. Astros 25. Rangers are 30-1. Brewers 35. Padres 35. Kansas City's 40-1. Cincy's 55-1. Giants 60-1. But we get to watch them on opening day. Why? Because they're playing the Yankees. Blech, vomit. Pirates are 65-1. Cleveland and Arizona 70-1. The A's and the Rays 80-1. The Twins 100-1. Marlins 200-1. The Angels 250-1. Cardinals 300. And the Sox, Nationals, and Rockies. I say Sox. White Sox, Nationals, and Rockies. All 500-1. So you're telling me there's a chance. Over here on the right was the win totals. Predicting the Dodgers to win about 102.5. That's the over-under. Yankees predicted to win 90.5. Well, that's their win total. Over-under. So it could either be 90, it could be 91, according to Vegas. That's why they set it at 90.5. Mariners 89.5, Mets 90.5, Blue Jays 88.5. So we mosey on down. Astros projected to win 86.5 games. 86.5. Let me see something. How many did they win last year? We know they missed the playoffs. They were second in the division, won 87 games last year. They had a plus 21 plus minus. Rangers had a plus 79, finished dead even at 500, 81 and 81, third in the division. That's a good sign. And you know what? I kind of like that 25-1. In fact, I may have to do the old Bovada bet and just do a little Astros World Series bet, because the thing that I think people are not taking into account, the lineup is still good. It's not, the greatest Astros lineup ever. The lineup is good. But the starting pitching is way better. And what people are not taking into account, I don't think, is that last year, this team that won 87 games, and let's see, They were tied with Detroit for the final wild card spot, but lost it on a tiebreak. So, I mean, they were one win away from a wild card. And C total Dallas, this is why I say it's possible. I mean, Yankees and Red Sox both went to the wild card out of the division that the Blue Jays won. So, I mean, it's possible. If they're all 90-game winners, sure, maybe so. But the Astros coming within one game, essentially, of a wild card with the amount of injuries that team had and the lack of, they didn't get good starting pitching for most of the year. So I think that bodes well. I think that bodes really well. I think that Yankees are going to be tough as always. The Blue Jays worry me a little bit, but you can see, where was it? There you go. According to Vegas, the Yankees, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays are the top three teams in the American League, with the Dodgers, Mets, and Phillies being the top three teams in the National League. I think that, I think everybody's sleeping on the Astros a little bit. I mean, they're older. Don't get me wrong. They're older. They got a ways to go. But they've got some infusion of young talent. They just picked up several good starters. And now, if they stay healthy, the fact that Spencer Arrighetti didn't even make the opening day roster tells you how much pitching depth they have. So I like it. It's hard for anybody to pick against the Dodgers. It's gross how good they are. It's also gross how they have manipulated the luxury tax. And it's pretty gross. I am trying to find, let's see. I don't want game lines. I want baseball futures. And of course, like anything else, I can't find it. Let's see here. Baseball. Game lines. Futures. Oh, this is... Oh, yeah, college. Okay. Astros are a plus 2,300, according to Bovada. Let's see. There you go. These are Bovada odds for the World Series. Dodgers are a plus 210. Yankees are a plus 1,000. Mariners are a plus 1,100. Mets are plus 1,250. Blue Jays plus 1,300. Red Sox 1,600. Astros all the way down here at a plus 2,300 to win the World Series. I'd like to see what their odds are just to make the World Series. I don't care about that. Leagues, American League winner. There we go. Astros are a plus 1,000 to win the American League. Okay. I'll take that for sure. That means they make it to the World Series. I'm down with that. Let's see here. Bet slip, MLB. We're going to put a little $5 on it to win 50. There you go. I like that. All right. Let's do this. They had 7 All-Stars last year. Who did? Let's be honest. This is the Dodgers to lose. Oh, 1,000%. Let me do this. We're going to take a quick break. Let me get some ducks in a row here, and then we're going to come back. If we have a little time, we'll finish up with some MLB. If not, my guy Chris Williams is going to join us. We're going to talk about next court agency as well as the NBA. And we'll do some more baseball tomorrow, probably while we sidecast the Astros game. That's right. Tune in tomorrow, 3 o'clock, 3:15-ish. And I'll be watching the Astros game with you live, and we'll have a few beers or whatever. All right. So let me take a quick little break, and we'll be back shortly, right after this. Don't go anywhere. It's Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Stick around, everybody. All right, welcome back. I know you thought I forgot about you. Sorry about that. Had to get a couple things done. I got a doctor's call. No, I didn't need a bidet break, and I didn't fall in. I've got literally, let's see, how many appointments do I have? I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment on Monday. Missed it because I was sick. I got a doctor's appointment Friday. And then, where'd it go? Oh, shit, I didn't write it down. Friday, next Tuesday, and then one in April and one in May. Get it all taken care of, folks. That's what happens when you get old. You have to. So, like, the stress test I'm getting done on Friday, it's only going to cost $900. No big deal. But got to get it done. So, I didn't want to. Nora was like, you have to. You would make me do it. I was like, yeah, but I love you. Like, yeah, don't worry about me. Shit. It's whatever. I'm doing it for her. So, all right, let's do this. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. No, CC, y'all are crazy. No, John Dorier said, am I doing the 999 challenge tomorrow? No, because I have to do my stress test on Friday. So, nope. But we are going to do a side cast of the Astros game. And I might have maybe a whiskey neat, something like that. But yeah, definitely not doing all that. All right. All right. It is time, ladies and gentlemen. It is 4:32 now. I've gone long a little bit, jibber jabbering here, but joining me on the program right now. Oh, wrong button there. Joining me on the program right now. Okay, what is going on? Hold on. Slight technical problem. I know, shocker. There we go. All right, got him logged in. Let me edit this. Boom and boom. All right. Joining me on the program right now, this man, well, first of all, great friend of mine, fantastic human being, basketball savant, if you will, and I should say a partner. I was going to say one half of it. I don't know actually how many people are in Next Court Agency. But joining me on the program right now, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Williams of the Next Court Agency. Chris, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, my brother. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I like it. Okay, you got the little beard thing going. I see you.
You know, getting older, got the wife, got the daughter. When you're living with all girls, you get the gray.
I feel that. I feel that. How you been, man? You been good? Shit, last time we talked was prior to the NBA season, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. You've been Mr. Comedy out in the ocean, so it's been hard to reach you.
Yeah, man, that's been interesting. I'll tell you what, it has been because my wife was like, "So are you gonna get a job?" I was like, "Nope, going to the ships." But I should have. You know, the worst thing I ever did was make a lot of money in IT, because now I'll never be able to live that. You know what I mean? I can never live up to the standard I set for myself.
Absolutely.
But it's been interesting. I mean, everybody's like, "Yeah, it's a vacation." I'm like, "Not really. Not really." Right. You know, it's still work. It's still stressful. But how have you been, man? Tell me about Next Court. What's been going on with Next Court?
Man, it's been a whirlwind. It just took off like fire, man. Just and now we're pretty much global. We have players in West Africa, the Congo, Nigeria, Canada, France. I mean, and the crazy part was that we didn't have to really go out to grab the players or, pretty much recruit them. They came to us. So that's a great thing. That's a great thing.
So they once they heard about you and what you were doing, they were hitting you up. Because I know at first you were like, "Hey man, we got to just get some players in and show people what we can do." And now, you got more than you can handle. So tell the people that maybe weren't here for the last time you were on or forgot. Tell them what Next Court Agency is, or what it does, and what it's about, because it's a really cool concept.
Yeah, we just consider ourselves one of the premier platforms now as far as being a basketball agency. We work with guys who went to smaller schools, D2s, JUCOs, whatever the case may be, and help you pursue that dream overseas and getting your overseas professional job where you can have a good job and good income and grow up the ladder. We're also helping guys that's in high school now get in colleges and going global if they want to go global. So it's just been a whirlwind, but we're there to mentor the guys. We're there to help them get jobs, and we're going to be there the whole process. That's one thing that all our clients and people that we deal with, they love about us because we're checking on you all the time. I have a player right now in Belize, and I talk to him at least twice a week because I want to know that everything is okay, not just on the court but off the court. And a lot of guys said they've never had that. So that's what we bring to the table. And we help our guys continue to grow and move up the ladder to wherever dream or goal they want to fulfill. That's our job to make sure that happens.
How many players do you have on a roster now?
Right now, 67 and counting.
I was not ready for 67, Chris. That's crazy.
67 and counting.
Bro, good for you, man.
Yeah, man. So we're very thankful, blessed about the opportunity, and we're thankful to the guys to believe in us. So we always gonna do our best to make sure all our guys get jobs. That's our number one goal. Like I said, we want to be the premier platform for basketball agencies and show quote unquote these other agencies how you supposed to take care of your players. Instead of like you coming at me and say, oh, well, hey, Chris, I want to sign with you. Okay, before you sign, you got to give me $2,000. For what?
That's
we haven't done that before. You know what I mean? So, no, we don't do that. We don't do that stuff. So.
Yeah, that's insane to me. I think that's every kind of agent or manager and every form of entertainment or business that requires it. I've had people approach me, be like, hey, I manage your career. Or I could, and I'm like, oh yeah, you can manage it. And they're like, yeah, I can get you jobs. I'm like, well, that's an agent, not a manager. You already don't know what you're talking about. But they're like, man, I'm telling you, if you give me X amount of dollars just to get started, I'm like, no, I'm not paying you. I remember as a kid, my mom was like, she was a stage mom for a little while. She took me to a modeling agency in Houston, and they wanted like $6,000. She was like, what? My baby ain't that cute. She was like, he ain't that cute. No, that's crazy. But good for you, man. Good for you for doing it the right way. Have you, how is it progressing with players? Are some kind of more advanced and progressing further, like as far as jobs and opportunities?
We have 3 tiers, for the guys who on the more higher end, we're getting them those, upper echelon jobs. The guys who middle age get those, the middle age who's on the way up to the echelon. And then our lower level guys, we're getting them lower level jobs, the go get their feet wet. And I always tell them, get seasoning. It's like I tell them, it's like when you got meat, the meat is plain right now, but once you 2 or 3 years in, you got that seasoning on it, you're all good to go. Yeah. So yeah.
That's great, man. Can you share with some of the places that have placed or looking to place? Or
we got guys right now in Belize. We had guys, for the lower level guys in Mexico. We got guys going to the Philippines. And like I said, I just been barraged with. I'm totally shocked at the amount of players from that region of the African region, Nigeria. What they giving these kids in the water. Because I got kids right now, 14, 15, 6'10", 6'11", and and I got them going to high school over in the Philippines. So it's more easier for them to get there. I got a school academy, a good friend of ours, he's got one in Kansas. So he's even getting some of the kids from that region and help coaching them and get them ready so I can get them ready for the college level.
Wow.
Yeah,
dude, that's fantastic.
Boys and girls.
I remember when you brought the idea to me and we were just chopping it up on the phone as we're prone to do on occasion. And I was like, this sounds like a lot and it sounds scary. Like it would be a scary thing to kind of go into a business where you're responsible for people's careers. And then it's like being the new kid on the block. It would be like, well, who would want to sign with me? Because we haven't done anything. Bro, you got 67 people. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
congrats, Chris. That couldn't have happened to
no,
a
I
better dude,
appreciate it.
man. I'm happy for you.
I really appreciate it. I think it's the whole team. You know what I mean? We have a great team. My wife handles the social media and she just kills it. She responds to guys, in a timely fashion. Even if I'm so busy that I miss guys, she will bring it to my attention. So it's just a great process. And again, I'm very very thankful and humble, with the opportunity. I think our experience says a lot, though. From being a former player and played at
Hmm.
every level, I think that does make a young man feel more comfortable, a young lady feel comfortable. They're in good hands. So
What is the process, right? Like if somebody's watching this and maybe their kid is showing a lot of promise in high
correct,
school, or
correct,
they know of a kid that maybe their kid plays with in high school, or even college, what's the
correct.
process that they should go about? Do they just email you guys? I mean, how do they get in touch with you?
They can email us. They can find me on Instagram. They can go to our website. There's a lot of platforms we have so where people can get in contact with us. Because sometimes, like I said, I'm not that social media guy. I don't really have the time to be on social media as much. So that's why I'm very thankful that my wife is that social media person to where she can get on there, and then our website guy gets on there and do things to our website. So it works hand in hand, and it's great for me because it gives me time to do the basketball, and then also the comedy side. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
booking, people
look,
like
I'm not gonna
yourself.
lie. When you hit me up, you're like, "Hey, let's get you back to Chicago." I was like, "Oh, he's back! Look at
Yeah,
this." I know you
yeah,
took a little
yeah,
time off because, well, now I know why.
yeah,
Your business was blowing up, going crazy.
yeah,
But it
yeah.
was good to see you back, man. Because our
Yes,
business
sir.
needs more folks like you. More.
I
Just,
appreciate that.
we lack in quality individuals in the
I
comedy business.
appreciate
You know
that.
that. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it was good
yeah,
to see you back, and I'm looking
yeah.
forward to get back up there.
Yeah,
Um,
man, we're excited to have you up there. Patty always sends her love and everything to you, so she's excited that you're coming.
yeah.
She's excited.
I can't wait. Total Dallas had a question for you. He said, next court question. What
Mhm.
percentage of players want to take their families when they go overseas, if any? Is that even possible? How does that work?
That's a great question, Total Dallas. That's a great question. That's what separates us from everybody else because I know a lot of guys have their family, and when I'm working out the deal for those guys, I say, look, my guy has a family. He has a wife, he has kids, or he has a fiance and kids, a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. Uh, he can't share a room. Can we get, a two-bedroom house with a bath or whatever the case may be? And they usually been very, very accommodating just because, again, the relationships we have with the countries that they know us from previous things and playing ball there or against them or whatever. So we make sure that happens. I don't like to separate guys away from their family. I don't believe in doing that.
That's tough. It is,
Yeah,
especially for
yeah,
a season or more. That's
yes,
crazy.
yes, yes, yes. Because sometimes guys can be homesick, missing they their other half or their kids or their family, and sometimes it can affect their game. So we try to make it as comfortable as possible so those guys can go out there and do what they do best and play ball and don't worry about the other stuff. That's what we're here for. We make sure that happens.
So I know for sure, Aaron Bryant. He's a deckhead. He watches the show a lot. He's
Mhm.
very involved in youth basketball. I think through his
Okay.
kids. He's a coach, but I know a lot of our viewers and listeners on the podcast and on the live show and just friends of the show. A lot of
Right.
people have kids in sports playing basketball. If you had to give one piece of advice, especially for basketball players or kids that show potential in basketball, what's the best piece of advice you would give to parents to pass down or pass along to their kids to maybe give them a better opportunity to advance to, say,
Yeah.
college or the next
Yeah.
level as a pro?
Yeah. Well, I hear all the time from parents or the young men that even in high school where they didn't make the team or, the coach didn't pick me or whatever, and they get down. And I always try to tell the player or the parents, keep motivating them, letting them know that this is just a bump in the road. This is not, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Continue to work hard, do what you're doing. and don't let nothing distract you. Use that for motivation. Don't use it to where, oh, I'm too short. I can't play at this level. I can't play with these guys. That's not the case. It's not the case at all. So I always tell guys, continue to work hard. Parents, always keep encouraging your kid. Let them know it's important to continue to work hard, not just on the basketball court, though, also in the classrooms. Classrooms very important, because what if, God forbid, you're out there and you're playing and you don't get hurt, the knee or the elbow or whatever the case may be. You want to have that education so that way down the line you have something else to fall back on as well. So I always tell them that.
Great advice. It was Jordan didn't make his high school team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what better example do you need than that? What if Jordan would have been like, well, I'm just going to go get a job at the Piggly Wiggly and I'll figure it out. No, I mean, it motivated him. And of course, a growth spurt didn't hurt. And just having the athletic ability of a god doesn't hurt either. But he could have quit.
He could have stopped. He could have stopped. And he kept balling and doing what he's doing. And look what happened. And I always wonder, how do that coach feel? You know, like, how do that coach feel?
Like the biggest dumbass on the planet. Like, bro, you were the guy that cut Michael Jordan from the junior varsity, you moron. Oh, yeah.
You never let that down.
Oh, no. Never.
Never.
You know, and it's funny because you talked about keep going, keep pressing.
Yeah.
And even at that age, I know I've had people ask me like, have you ever thought about quitting comedy? Is it something, like, even though you're not famous yet or whatever? And I'm like, I could never see myself not doing comedy. I love it that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've wanted to do this since I was 8 years old. I finally figured it out and got started at 38. And so I lost 30 years. I can't imagine, as frustrating as this business could be, as tough as this business could be, I could never imagine quitting. Taking a break? Sure. Everybody should take a break. Burnout is a real thing, especially if you pursue something with passion. But I could never just imagine giving it up. If you love something that much and you want it that much, like basketball, you're gonna keep going. You have to. So
you have to. Yeah, absolutely. That's what anything we do.
Yeah, CC said, my nephew is playing for the London Lions, and those international teams take good care of their players. It said, I'm sure because of you. Yeah. That's awesome.
I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. One thing we do take so much pride in is that we never, and I always tell players, we will never, ever put them in a bad situation. If it's a bad situation, one, that means we don't care about you. And two, I'm wasting your time and my time at the same time. So there's no way I do that. I do my homework on every international club, place, and I talk to the players and let them know the pros, the cons, but very rare, there's never been that many cons at all. So it's been great for the players. It's been really great,
man. That's really good. I mean, it's these kinds of businesses, the entertainment, the sports business, these are tough businesses, man. So to have people that care about you and have your best interest at heart as they get you work is amazing. So I had you on before the season started, and I recall asking you, who did you think was gonna come out of the West?
Wow. I still go with my same team. I still think the Denver Nuggets, fully healthy, is a major threat. Major.
Well, and I wanted to give you props. I mean, they're up to 4 now, but you also said watch out for the Spurs.
Yeah,
and
I sure did.
I thought the Spurs were still a year away. Boy, was I wrong. The Rockets might be a year away. Shit. But you were high on Denver. I mean, obviously everybody knows OKC is OKC, but you felt like Denver and the Spurs could do some things. And right now, I mean, Denver's 12.5 back. It's a heavy mountain to climb, but that doesn't matter. You don't want to play them in the playoffs. That's the thing.
No, but the playoffs, it's a brand new season, 0-0.
Yeah.
So the mind frame, the game, everything changes. And everybody talk about OKC, but San Antonio just has their number. They run with them. They do everything.
if that's the Western Conference Finals before game one,
man.
I'm taking all my money and putting it on the Spurs because they have, I don't know what it is. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like it. Not lately.
Crazy.
So,
and what that big guy is doing is you just don't see it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I always like it. I always enjoy going and watching a couple of bowl highlights, but that's done now because Wembanyama is just it's insane what that kid can do. And I say kid, he's still real young, man. It's crazy.
Speaking of Bobo, playing ball right now and playing in the Philippines right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all got him locked up? Yeah, on y'all?
He's in there. I've been talking to him. I would love to get him signed by the end of the season he's in right now. Yeah,
wow.
I would love to get him signed.
Yeah, bro. Bobo is fun to watch. Let me ask you this. Two things. One, now that the Celtics got Jason Tatum back.
Yeah.
And Detroit lost oh my God.
Cade,
Cade. I was thinking Cade Cunningham for a while. He'll be back, but are the Celtics a real threat in the East to come out of the East even?
They're dangerous. And that's, you hear the guy Stephen A. Smith, he does not want the Knicks to play Boston. He tries to stay away from them. Boston is the type of team where they have now built that confidence because they play games without Tatum so long. And then, JB had a couple games where he got ejected, the San Antonio game, he went first quarter and they still was battling with them without a JT and a Jaylen Brown, and they still was in that game. So their playoff time come, and it's good for Tatum. He's still getting his conditioning, his legs, and I think during the playoff time, they're going to be a real threat.
100%.
Threat.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick right now somebody to come out the East, I'm probably picking them, despite how well the Pistons have played. Man, that's just, like you said, the depth that Boston has, and then to get your superstar back, come on, that's crazy. Is there a surprise in the East or in the West? I mean, we've talked about a few teams, obviously OKC, we talked about Boston, talked about San Antonio and Denver. Is there a surprise team that maybe people aren't paying attention to that could sneak up on some people?
In the East, it's just so, it's still open to me though. Boston's a slight favorite to me, but it's still, it's still open. Toronto could be a little sleeper. They have the talent. They just, been a little inconsistent. In the West, Minnesota to me still is a big sleeper because Minnesota can turn it on in the playoffs. That's a team you have to watch out for. I think Minnesota's a big threat in the playoff time.
B. Hannon brought it up in the chat. He said Wemby's going to be pissed or has to be pissed that he's not going to win the MVP. Do you think if he qualified, he should be the MVP of the NBA?
It's tough, but I know SGA and I know they look at records, but then if you're looking at records, then let's go head to head. And that's the Spurs. That's the Spurs. Wemby does everything. I really, me personally, I think he should win the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year this year. Yeah. That's what I think.
The problem, I don't know. I don't know if I like the rule about you have to have played in 65 games and to qualify. I mean, if you played in, like, the cutoff is 65, right? And it has to be, I think, like over, I don't know how many minutes per game to qualify. But let's say Wemby played in 63. You're telling me that those two games means he's not an MVP? Come on, man. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. That dude, we know what Shea is, and we know what that Thunder team is and how deep. I mean, they've got to be the deepest team in basketball. But San Antonio they've kind of put this thing together. They've drafted well. None of their, outside of Wemby, I don't think that their draft picks were super sexy, right? Like, it wasn't like it was like, this.
They
but
weren't mind blowing. No, no.
they have developed that team into something that's scary for a lot of people. But I'm with you, man. And if you're the best player on the team that beats the best team all the time, that should count for something, right?
That's the count. Yeah, the voters got to get this right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. One more question for you. Is it a surefire bet that Cooper Flagg is going to win Rookie of the Year?
You know,
It was
like
supposed
Knipple.
to be.
But I like Knipple. I like Knipple a lot. He's consistent. He plays hard. I don't even think he gets enough credit right now. I really don't. I don't, because it's Charlotte, so they don't get on TV as much. But if you see him in games and look at his stats or something like, you see it's been consistent. I think he's one of those guys that I like. I like the Harper kid too in San Antonio. He's solid. I mean, so I don't think it's a sure thing, but I mean, it's basketball. The overall voters are going to probably say Cooper Flagg because he was the number one player, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? So,
I'm with you. That kid in Charlotte, man, that kid can shoot. That is, I mean, deadly. I mean, he could be the next, I don't want to say next Steph Curry, but he could be the next best shooter in the NBA once Steph is gone.
Absolutely.
Titan Hugo in the chat said Minnesota isn't beating anyone because Ant-Man is this era's Harden. Wow. Why you put Harden on him? Come on, man.
He got to be. He's not James Harden. But I understand what he's saying. Because Ant-Man sometimes will just try to take over the game and make these crazy decisions or try to just shoot without getting the other guy in the ball. So I understand it, but to compare him to James Harden, because I think, James Harden,
And he'll play some defense too. He'll
play. Harden don't play no defense.
I always said, I had that running joke on this show and on the ESPN radio was Harden would always lead the league in olays and my bads. You know what I mean? He'd lead the league in my bads and getting out of the way like a bullfighter. We just, olay, hey, there goes another one. Okay.
Yeah. That's been his MO.
Not even
absolutely.
fair. I told Dallas I'm not reading that. That's crazy talk. He said the Mavericks are going to surprise everyone and get the number one pick again. If that's it, then you got to break up the NBA if that happens. That's crazy. That should not be the case. What did you think about Bam Adebayo's 84 points?
Oh, man. 86. Yeah. Great guy. I'm happy for him. I mean, you got to look at this. Everybody was like, wow, he broke Kobe record. Why did they do that? Well, if I'm playing in a game, and the game is basketball, I'm going to try to go for 100 myself or whatever the case may be. So you can't get mad at him for it. That just says that the Washington Wizards totally just, you got a couple pro guys on there, but it starts with management. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, management, coach, like, what are you doing? You see, if this guy got 30 at the end of one, you're not going to make the adjustments. And it was just like, it was just like they was running scrimmage. That's all. And he was just,
I don't even think he played much in the second quarter. We were breaking down the game, and I didn't watch the game, but I was looking at the recap and stuff. I don't think he played many minutes in the second quarter. At least he didn't put up a lot of shots. So that man got that in 3 quarters, really. But the Washington Wizards might as well have been the Washington Generals during that game. It was some Globetrotter shit going on.
I just can't watch them. I just can't watch them when they play because there's no effort. And that has to start from not just from the coach, it has to start from the top up. Because if you're not spending money and to get the right players on that team, why are you in the league?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why are you in the league?
Well, and that's what that was actually the last point I wanted to bring up before we got out of here, because that's a big deal right now is tanking in the NBA and what they're going to do about it. And they've come up with all kinds of scenarios for it. How would you solve tanking in the NBA?
Start going in guys' pocket. Start digging in their pocket. Start finding them. And the reason why I say that, like I know, brother, when you're going to a game and you're taking your family to a game and you got these tickets and you're spending for these tickets, it's costing you $400, $500, $600 just for the game ticket, for the food, for the parking. It's a whole big deal. And then you go there and you don't see the star players playing. That's cheating the fans.
Mm-hmm.
So either you fine them or the fans who have tickets, reimburse them the money. If the star player is not playing, do something though to show the fans that we are trying to make an effort. Because, and I think the season is just way too long. I think we need to cut it back to 60-something games. I mean, the guys are exhausted, man. They get exhausted, and they don't really start playing. They don't really start playing until like now, because now is money time and chip time, getting ready for the playoff. So that's why you've been seeing it, guys getting a little more chippy and pushing and shoving and all that. First half, you're just still getting your conditioning. You're just still going through the motion.
Yeah. It's crazy. I watched that Lakers Rockets game, the second one. And then the Lakers had a back-to-back. The next night they were going to be in Miami, where LeBron was going to, I think, tie or break the games played record. But before they even got to Miami, immediately after the game versus the Rockets, Luka, LeBron, and what's the white boy's name? I'm blanking on it.
AR. Austin Reeves.
Yes.
AR. Yeah.
All three of them all of a sudden were injured and we're going to be out of the Miami game the next night. And then LeBron ended up playing because it was going to, I think, tie the record or break the record in Miami. Yeah. But I was like, come on, man. That's part of the problem right there. Yeah, but
that's the problem.
I'm with you. Stop scheduling back-to-backs, shorten the season a little bit if that means that the guys will play more games. But what happens is now you're taking money out of the owner's pocket. You're really taking money out of the players' pockets because they're going to less opportunity to break records and get incentives and all that shit. So it's
exactly bonus money. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I'm with you. Fighting them, that's a big deal. But I think if they would just stop with the back-to-backs, that would help quite a bit.
I think the back-to-backs need to be, because it's crazy, and sometimes they'll fly you from career cross country, from the East Coast to the West Coast. It's like, come on.
Pretty crazy. Well, man, this was fun, Chris. I appreciate you doing it. As always, thank you for coming back. I am genuinely excited for you and the Next Court Agency crew, and I look forward to catching up again and seeing how far you've taken it from here the next time we talk.
Brother. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Can't wait to see you in June, and
we gonna be talking. How can people get a hold of you if they think they got the next big star? How can they get a hold of you?
Go to nextcourtagency.com. Or you can email me at chris.nextcourtagency@gmail.com.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Chris, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Absolutely, brother. All right. God bless.
Much love. You too. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris Williams, Next Court Agency. Oh, I love the insight into basketball, and it's so dope to see his agency taking off and just blowing up. And because that, man, I'm telling you right now, that is a scary thing to do. Is start something like that in this era of sports. That's brave. When he was telling me about it, I was like, damn, this is it's great because the concept of what they wanted to accomplish and like be, just caring about players is huge. But man, to blow it up to what he's 67, that blew my mind. That's crazy, man. Couldn't be happier for a great dude. All right. That's it. Thank you, Flip. Much love to you. What's up, Cisco? By the way, Donna, thank you for the 40 biddies during the break. Much appreciated on that as well. All right. That's the show. Good times. Tomorrow, we're doing a show. So you go, if you want to go to opening day, you go to opening day. Take your phone, put your earpiece in, and listen to the show, because I think I'm going to do the show from the back patio and watch the Astros game and just hang out. So you and me, we can hang out, watch the game together, and kick it and have a good time. That also means it's probably going to go a little bit longer than normal. So normally it's about a 2-hour-ish show. So what's a baseball game up to now? 2:40? So yeah, we'll go until now if it goes 19 innings, y'all can kiss my ass. I ain't doing 19 innings. No. But We'll have some fun. Oh, I love you, Donna. You're the best. Donna said she'll be here. Let's do it. Thank you, Uriel. Much love to you, man. Thank you for being here. I enjoy his joining you. I'm so glad, CC. He is the best dude. I'm telling you, CC, you would love Chris. You really would. He's just, you meet people and you're just like, they're just a good person. That's Chris Williams, man. He's getting everything he deserved because he's great. Total Allison Astros sidecast. Oh, shut up. No, I'm not doing it. You can do it, John. I'm not doing it. No. I got a stress test. I got a heart stress test on Friday. I can't go in there with 9 hot dogs in my system, bro. You're crazy. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Go Astros. I love you guys. Do me 3 favors. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. Bye. And he's making a YouTube video.